Hey, I'm Alice, and welcome to My Ethical Dilemma. Let me take you back to when I used to live in a dingy little dorm-sized apartment during university. I'd finally saved up enough to take a vacation, and I was dying to see Italy. But back then, on a student budget, every cent mattered. So I decided to put my apartment up for short-term rentals, and I got my brother to manage the place while I was gone. Between me and him, we both could have used that extra cash, and we made a fair enough profit. And soon enough, I graduated. Fast forward to my first job as the manager of an apartment building. I also hooked up my brother with one of the apartments in the building. It was the least I could do for all his help. And as the years went by, I managed the apartment and took care of the renters personally. But then, my boss decided to sell the building, and the new owners entirely uprooted it and turned it into a short-term rental complex for tourists. They even kicked out all the long-time residents, including my brother. I couldn't just stand there and watch them be evicted, especially when they trusted me to take care of them for all these years. Something had to be done. I went and talked to my boss. I told him how unethical it was to be kicking people out of their homes, but he shrugged me off.
We're making twice the profit than our competitors. If you have a better business plan, I'm all ears.
I couldn't stand working for such an unethical company anymore, so I quit and went to the news to raise awareness about such businesses that are making living situations even more inaccessible for citizens. Fast forward to last night when my brother came to visit me. I was still feeling pretty down about quitting my job and not being able to help my brother with his apartment. I'm so sorry I couldn't help you out, man.
It's okay, but that was pretty bold of you, outing your boss like that on the news.
Outing might be a little extreme. I just didn't understand where his ethics were.
Man, it's crazy to think we also did short-term rental a few years ago. Maybe sometimes it's harmful when it's done on a larger scale, right?
Oh shoot, we did, didn't we?
I guess we're in the same boat as your boss.
So that's where I am right now, reconsidering my actions, and so far coming to terms with being a hypocrite.
Psst, have you heard of Socrates and Plato?
Huh? The philosophers? How could they help me?
Oh, but they're the original philosophers. Hey Alice, would you like to learn about the tripartite of the soul?
So what we came to theorize is that the soul can be separated into three governing parts: logos, thumos, and epithumia.
Let's dissect your actions according to these three aspects.
Logos can be understood as the inner person, the conscious guided by reasoning and reflection. When you took it upon yourself to help the ex-tenants, you showed a perfect balance between ignorance and wisdom. Thumos is the Greek word for honor, more so seeking honor. It can be slightly compared to Freud's idea of superego, as reasoned appetites, for example, knowing not to clap at a funeral. When you sought out the news reporter for spreading awareness of the corrupt business model, an equilibrium between hubris and courage was displayed. Epithumia is best explained through the image of the many-headed beast in Book 9 of Republic. This can also be contrasted with Freud's id, where your appetites are uncontrolled and uninhibited. The difference between you renting your little apartment and your boss renovating the entire building was the core difference of meaningless excess. You did it to fund yourself and make use of empty space, while your boss renovated a perfectly good building for extra cash, leaving people without homes.
When you take the sum analysis of all your actions, Alice, I believe that as long as you are improving from your past self, you can never be committing any injustice.
I guess that makes sense. Thanks so much for your help, guys.